We see here a small bounce on Bitcoin, but when we're looking here on the crypto bubbles on the daily, especially on the altcoins, we see here a massive sell-off. A lot of altcoins are bleeding here, and now the question, is it already over? Or will we see lower prices, especially for the altcoins? We are also talking about Bitcoin. I want to give you some major key levels where we need to hold. We're talking about the liquidations and for sure also about the altcoin season. Is the altcoin season already cancelled or is it just a normal correction? So stick around and let's go. Let's start first here on the 15-minute chart with Bitcoin. We see now here a small recovery to the upside. We are trading here around 18,000 US dollars right now. Yesterday we saw a massive liquidation grab to the downside up to down 116,600 US dollars. When we also look at the liquidation heat map, we can clearly see that we are sitting here something like in the middle of nowhere. So we grabbed yesterday a lot of liquidity to the downside, even getting lower to 116,900 US dollars. Some liquidity is now building up above us, especially when we're looking here now on the daily chart, but we can see also here on the weekly that we are sitting above our major liquidity and have also liquidity above us. So we are kind of in something like a pot situation. So there's a lot of liquidity to the downside and even also liquidity to the upside. So in both scenarios, the market maker wants to grab both liquidities. So even we are getting more a push to the upside or a move to the downside to grab the liquidity there. But when we also go here to the 15-minute chart again, we can see that we are not able to break here this higher or this resistance line here to the upside. So we are getting rejected over there, over here, over there, also here, especially when we can move it like this. We can count these ones as resistance and these both as a fake out. So now we are kind of going through our resistance line. For this one is now very important that we are breaking through, get a proper retest to see now finally moving away from 18,000 US dollars, because we was not able to hit over 120,000 US dollars in the last couple of days. So here we got rejected, over here we got rejected. Yesterday it seems like after the liquidation grab that we are going straight over the 120,000 US dollars, but then when over the night the Asian market was opening, we got hammered down to the downside again, trading now a range between 116 or 117,000 to 118,000 US dollars. So here now is very important in the next couple of hours to close a proper candle with above our resistance line or our support line and finally making new highs, because we see here also that we are not building many highs above us, which are kinda mention us as we're sitting here in a downtrend. Even if we are going here on the daily chart of Bitcoin, we can also clearly see here on the daily chart it's looking not that bad as on the 15-minute chart, because we are holding this kind of support box already. So this is kind of in a good way that we're not breaking here down below. But even if we're breaking, for this one we can go back to the 15-minute chart, even if we are breaking here this low on 116,400 US dollars to 116,000 US dollars, if we're breaking this one to the downside, we should definitely expect a move here in the next buy zone at 113,000 US dollars before we see a move back to the upside. If we are now able to hold this level here, we are kind of good for Bitcoin. But if we are getting here the move to the downside, you can imagine the altcoins will also bleeding way more higher than also Bitcoin, because even on the daily or on the monthly chart we have sitting a lot of liquidity exactly in this area. Here on the monthly chart we can see it's super clear that at 114 to 115 US dollars there is the much liquidity sitting, and this is exactly in alignment with our box here, approximately like at 114,000 US dollars. So there are many signs also pointing to the downside, but it doesn't mean we have to go there, because there is as I showed you before, we have also sitting liquidity above us. So it's very important how the week is now going, especially also Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is performing as it is right now with finding support here, we are kind of okay. And also the altcoins will not bleeding dead crazy. So especially yesterday or over the day, we saw here massive liquidation also on many altcoins. We can also go in the altcoin season index. There we saw already that we are getting the massive move on the altcoin season index to almost 60% and now hammered down to 39%. But this correction is normal, especially in the bull run. We definitely have to see corrections like this, even also here in the last cycle, when we are getting the final altcoin season, we have exactly seen the same. So altcoin season was, or altcoin index was pumping to the upside to kind of the same level as now. We get a massive correction. Altcoin season went into the Bitcoin season again, and then we saw finally the move in the altcoin season. So in kind of end of the year, November to January. So it could be potentially that we can see exactly the same again. The good part for us, we can position ourselves again. We also opened some altcoin position already. We can talk about this later. And sadly, we also got some stop loss hits about yesterday. We'll also talk briefly about this because I want to be here very transparent with you. But first of all, let's go here in the Bitcoin dominance. And this is exactly what we're also talking yesterday's video and the video before, that when we are going here to 60%, we could potentially see a bounce, because this is a very big resistance support area, or for now it's a support area for us. Even we saw it like here, that we are supporting here, kind of very strong. So expect here also, if Bitcoin is now recovering a little bit more to the upside and the altcoins are going sideways or see some more correction, we will also have a talk later on Ethereum and on XRP, that the altcoin index or the Bitcoin dominance will more getting here to the upside before we see a final move again to the downside, to see many altcoins performing better and getting in a proper altcoin season. Let's go directly into XRP, because sadly we got stopped out on our XRP trade. Let's go here to XRP. XRP is on a very crucial level here right now. So as you can see here, we already stopped out, so we can delete our targets here. We flipped many zones to the downside, and even as we see here, the next major supported area is now here around this level here. We can mark this now finally as a support again. We found some support there, so here it's very important to hold this $3 level on XRP. Even if we are not able to hold this level, expect here a move for XRP to going to the downside to $2.68, and the next level to reclaim and to get like here in a proper move to the upside would be maybe like a V-shaped recovery here directly to $3.15, or get like a proper retest and then see here the move to the upside, so something like a double button. Let's mark this here to move into higher levels again. So it depends mainly on Bitcoin, how Bitcoin is performing. If Bitcoin is holding now if Bitcoin is especially like here on the 4-hourly chart holding here this support area, we are also on the altcoins still okay, but we can see very clearly, especially like here on the 4-hourly chart, we make 1, 2, 3, kind of 4 weeks. So this is very, very crucial that we are holding now here above our $118,300 level. But even one time the wicks can also get filled, so be prepared that we can potentially go to $117,000, which is, to be honestly, alignment also with our liquidation. So here let's go to the 12-hourly chart. There's exactly also our liquidity sitting, so be prepared that in one time we could potentially go here a little bit lower to grab also the last liquidity sitting there before we shoot here to the upside and get a proper yeah, finally move over 120,000 US dollars, because this is now the very crucial level for Bitcoin, the 120,000 US dollars. Even if we are not able to reclaim this or to break 120,000 US dollars, we could imagine to go sideways here in this kind of move here. Let's make it like here, like in this kind of range. But back to XRP. So as I told you, for XRP, it's very important to hold this level here right now. Otherwise, it could be very sad and very ugly also to under $3. Same remains also for Ethereum. Let's talk also about Ethereum. On Ethereum, we see it kind of the same remains for Ethereum. For Ethereum, a little bit more uglier as on XRP, to be honest, because here we have definitely to find some support area also here. We can, even when we have here a quick look on our volume, we can see that we have a minus distribution also here. So even if we are not able to hold this kind of range here, or this supported area down there on Ethereum, we could directly see a very bad move here to the next supported area at 3,400 US dollars. Hopefully get a bounce there and getting back to the upside. But if this is also not holding, we should definitely keep in mind that we have here sitting also a very big support area on 3,300 US dollars. So at least there we should have get some more support in. But it keeps now on the 15-minute charts a little bit more better. So we kind of get this bounce here on Ethereum. So it looks like a little bit not that ugly as I started recording the video. Also, when we have a quick look here on our, that we have our daily low. So the daily low was holding. So as it is right now, Ethereum looking a little bit more better as XRP right now, because and finally we see here now by recording the video, Ethereum is a little bit going more to the upside. Let's have a quick also look on Bitcoin. Bitcoin also getting here now into our next resistance area in. So, and finally also Bitcoin here by recording the video is now pumping here a little bit more to the upside. So it could be already the end of our small correction, but be prepared. That could be a possibility to get a turn over and see some more liquidity grabbing to the downside. So this is the very perfect moment for you to position also on many altcoins, especially when we're going here on Solana. As we can see, Solana also recovering a little bit better, but we can see very clearly, especially like here on the 1 hourly chart, after here this massive pump here to the upside, especially on Solana, we was running like crazy here, like in a parabolic move to the upside. This is exactly the corrections you want to see to position yourself in new positions. As we can see here right now, supported area is now holding. So let's put also there a box for us. Supported area is holding. So this is also here on Solana. We see after this massive move here on over 40%, we got now a small correction from like over 12% to the downside. So this is a very good idea also to position yourself if you are not already in altcoins. Because as I told you, we could see the next run also on the altcoin index, which remains for the next altcoin season. So definitely position yourself. And if you don't know how to position yourself, just go in the video description. There you'll find a link directly to Bitronics. There you can even go and buy spot for your Solana, for any other altcoins you want. Also, you can do futures trading, and then you are also able to trade all these trades I gave you here on this channel. And if you are a little bit more lazy and don't know how to trade yourself, just go in the video description as well. There you find a link directly to Telegram. There's our main channel where I share some trade ideas, how I position myself. So definitely also make use of it. Our Bitcoin position, for just to be here transparent on the channel, our Ethereum trade is already, I think it's kind of a little bit in minus. Our XRP trade was stopped out yesterday, but our Bitcoin trade is still running. We are accumulating Bitcoin here. Exactly. Also here already we bought a little bit more. Here we bought more. Here we bought more. So every time we go under our entry price, we accumulate more to get a better entry price, and all the way up, you see it already here. Every time we're reaching 120,000 US dollars, 119,000 US dollars, I sell some Bitcoins over there. So I buy it lower, sell it here on this level, because it's looking that we are not gaming higher than 120,000 US dollars, kind of, yeah, going here in this range here. So this is the perfect range you can also do. So buy it over in the lower end, sell it on the resistance above us. So this is exactly the strategy you can also use here. I set also some limit orders down below here. So even if we are getting the next move to the downside, my limit orders will be set and will be catched. So then I can definitely trade this move here to 120,000 US dollars again to the upside. And that is basically all from the video today. Hopefully we get now a proper supported area here on Bitcoin and see higher prices. Otherwise, we have to be prepared that we're going one level more to the downside, which gave us the possibility to position ourselves more into altcoins, because the next altcoin season is not far away. So definitely position yourself. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and then we see in the next video, hopefully with more profits tomorrow.